This is a template that I've created because nearly all of my songs at least have these elements: vocals, guitar, electric, and guitar acoustic, bass guitar, and then drums, and then I have also a synth down here that I love, the Expand. And for my drums, I'll be using the Addictive drums, which comes built in with Cakewalk. Yeah. All right. Is that better? Okay. Well, these are the song submissions that you won't be able to hear tonight. Okay. Was everybody able to hear the music by a show of hands? As if I could see your hands. Okay. Looks like we're back in business then. Hearing the song perfectly okay. And hopefully you're not still reading my lips. You're able to hear me. Okay. Well, let's go ahead on back to what we normally do. So if this is your first time here, this channel is all about simplifying the complexities. That kind of sounds stupid now that all that just happened. But if you want me to simplify the complexities of what just happened, OBS updated, and yeah, don't update your stuff right before a live stream. We like to simplify the complexities of the home studio and help you create professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto around here is that we can dream alone, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. Now, on to the chart toppers. Nice. We got music I can't hear there too. There's supposed to be crowd cheering and all kinds of cool stuff going on. I'm hearing nothing. Anywho, these are awesome individuals who have, for whatever reason, dug deep into their pockets. And I'm so very excited and thankful that they have done so, because it's helped us to have a wide variety of giveaways, of guest speakers. All kinds of stuff has happened because you guys have made it possible for us to continue on in a monetary sense. I thank you all so much, especially to the VIP members who donate $9.99 a month just to make sure that the lights stay on. And if you have not yet, go and check out the VIP membership, because it is a ton, and I do mean a ton, of value. And we're constantly building on it, trying to make it more of a value every single day. So with that being said, thank you all so much for showing up. Okay, it's just weird because normally I'm used to hearing the background music and stuff in my ears, and I'm not hearing that. I'd probably have to reset the stream or stop the stream. I know you guys said you'd had an issue earlier with YouTube kicking you off the stream as well, so that's maybe it's not just on my end. I don't know. Anywho, thank you all so much for being awesome. Now a quick word of our sponsor, if you can hear it. Here it is. World-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the ProMix Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the ProMix Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these are the song submissions that we have. Thank you, by the way. Big shout out to our honorable and awesome moderator, DJ Big Red 81. Give him a big round of applause. All that he does. Probably can't even hear the round of applause. That's awesome. But nonetheless, thank you so much for getting this together, and it makes my life easier, especially when I just came in from mowing and I didn't even have time to really sit down and get this all figured up. And then he already had it all put together for me. So that's cool. The first song we'll be looking at, and just to kind of dive right into it so we have time to actually get to all of these today, or at least hopefully. But the first song we'll be listening to is by, we're just going to call him William. 𝗬𝗏. Yeah. It's called It's All About the Music. Let's give this a listen. But before we do that, let's quickly go and see what he had to say about it. So he said, I had only these beautiful but raw vocals, then I've built a nice environment for them. It was fun. Short, sweet, and to the point. Let's listen. That's gorgeous. This is like a blend of Pink Floyd and something else. Nice. Wow. That was pretty awesome. The balance of that mix was amazing. I know that Midnight Blue Music has said that he would have preferred to hear some automation in that. I think any song could benefit from automation, any and every, honestly. But with that being said, I think, yeah, that song was very well balanced. There's not a lot I could say about the musicality of it. It would be the main thing that felt like it was lacking was the vocals were not as upfront as I would have liked for them to be. And that's also due to the fact that, yet again, that automation could have played in there. Now, the space that was given to the vocals was absolutely amazing. He did a great job on getting those to just be wide and lush and ethereal. Kudos to you on that. And the guitar work, that was right up my alley. In fact, I believe it was Crackly Software in here. Yeah. He said that sounds like something that Robert could have played. And honestly, it sounds like something I would have loved to have played. I'm actually very interested in what kind of guitar pedal, if any, that you were using there. So please reach out, let me know about that. Up next, we got Paul Morgan, Crossing the Rubicon. He says, recorded this in Studio One with a Yamaha SA500 and Orange Crush amp. The mic was a Rode NT2A. Right on. Let's give this bad boy a listen. I'm going to turn on the T-Rax 1 here, just to get it up to speed, volume-wise. This has got kind of a crazy vibe to it going on. What are we doing? That was abrupt.
It's a question that's been asked before. Why the nations go? Who are they really there for? And who is it? Is the people just like me? And how
This is another Floydian track, I feel like.
our lives are what are you what are they
Okay, so apart from it ending just a little abruptly there was a little bit of repetitiveness in that song, and maybe it just wasn't fully developed yet, but I think that could have faded out quite like this. And just that alone would have made the ending a little bit better. With that being said, the repetitiveness was one thing. The lack of stereo separation, I think, would have opened it up, made it more Floydian, would have just given it more depth and width and breadth to really allow those vocals to actually nestle into the mix better. I do feel like that the vocals were kind of muddy, and maybe that was an overcompensation by using the 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏. I'm not sure. But yeah, song definitely has a lot of potential though. And this next one, I will take off the T-Rex 1 because it looks pretty smashed. And this is from Michael Fitzgerald, aka the 𝗿𝗏𝗏, or 𝗿𝗏𝗏, sorry. And this is called Only Jesus. He says, Only Jesus Can Take My Blues Away. It was written and performed by Michael Fitzgerald, aka 𝗿𝗏𝗏. The instruments used were an American telly, an Epiphone dot, horns, organ, and piano synth, Roland Juno D. Bass guitar was a Squier MB5 5-string. Nice. Jesus said, These things have I spoken to you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. And that's found in John 16:33. Love that scripture, by the way. He says, I always appreciate the feedback. Awesome. Well, let's see what kind of feedback we can give.
Only Jesus can take my blues away. Only Jesus can take my blues away. I just get down on my knees and pray. When I'm down, His love soothes my soul. When I'm down, His love soothes my soul. I just got to let Him take control. I don't need no therapy. I don't need no drugs or alcohol inside of me. I don't need no astrology. I just need the one who set me free. took all the psychic on my TV. I don't need no 40 psychology. I just need the one who set me free. Only Jesus can take my blues away. Only Jesus can take my blues away. I just get down on my knees and pray. I just get down on my knees and pray. I just get down on my knees and pray.
Wow. I was so taken back by that guitar work that I forgot to even switch what song we were on here on the screen. My apologies on that, but man alive. Guitar work was absolutely amazing. I do feel like there might have been too much gain on it, but that's just my specific tone. I kind of like a less underdriven tone, more of like a, not a glassier, but more of a, like a Fender in the second position kind of tone, if that makes any sense. But that's completely subjective. It obviously worked out well with the song. I would say, however, that the vocals, I feel like they had like a little bit too much of a doubling effect on them, or something was going on there where there was like an like a phasey thing. If you were going for that, if that was part of the, the effect you were going for, then by all means, that's fine. So really anything I could say about this would be more subjective than anything else, because really the rest of it was balanced fairly well. I would have liked to have heard a little bit more separation. But with this type of music, you don't want it like really super wide and ambient sounding. You want it more like, club sounding. But yeah, dude, kudos to you for the guitar work. Good night. Oh, DJ. And I think a little bit of like a tube saturation on the vocal too would have helped to sell that genre as well. Up next is Crackly Software with The Burn. Okay. I would do some introspect, some retrospect, some outrospect, Mr. Morgan. And what I would do is maybe write a song how that all of your songs are about her, but sprinkle it in there into such a way to where you include some innuendos where only you and her know that it's about her. That way it can reach a wider audience, because anyone could apply it to their lives, but it's going to be specifically to you and her. There's going to be like some hidden messages in there. That's just throwing that out there. Okay, so with Crackly Software's The Burn, what does he got to say about this? He says it's a reworking of a song that I've had knocking about for a while. Many thanks to Mark George, who introduced me to the delights of sidechaining. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear, by the way, that there are folks within this community that are helping other individuals. Thank you guys so much for doing so. I'm only one person and I don't know everything. I've never claimed to know everything. But I can only do so much. My reach can only extend so far. So part of the reason of me wanting to create this community whereby we can dream, create, and achieve more together was so that we could together achieve more of our dreams. That's weird how that all just went forward and then flipped. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's give this song a listen. That's an interesting sound. Okay, I'm going to turn on the 1 here. That's pretty sweet sounding. How cool is that? So great work, by the way. That just sounded amazing. The kick, I got to say, as many of others has already said in the chat, was impeccable. I love the way that it was not only heard, but it was felt. The intro with the steps leading into and then the steps leading away, beautiful, beautiful train of thought there. I love including sound effects in my music whenever I can. But then there was just enough movement to where it didn't feel repetitive, even though it was pretty much the same thing throughout the whole thing. There was still like elements that were being added, taken away. There were some sound effects and just various things sprinkled in at just the right time to where it was like, wow, okay, even though I'm listening to the same chord progression, it doesn't feel like it. So very cool on all that. Great work. I think the only thing that maybe I would have done is add maybe a little bit of, and this is going to sound weird, but a little bit of tremolo to some of the side elements. just to give it just a little bit more movement, but yet again, subjective on my behalf. The song itself was amazing. So up next is Herbert Thames H. Darius with a song called Touch Your Heart. See what he has to say about this one. The lyrics were written on a drive to Phoenix about 12 years ago, and one version of the song was released in 2014 on my EP. I've recently decided to resurrect some of those old songs as part of a project I hope to complete in 2024. I used Ableton Live 11 Standard as my DAW of choice and used Garritan Area and Spitfire's BBC Orchestra VSTI in this arrangement. Awesome. Not a lot of Ableton Live users on here, so this is going to be kind of cool. I mean, at the end of the day, they're all essentially doing the same thing, but it's just kind of cool to know that we have a wide variety of DAWs represented here. So let's give this bad boy a listen. It looks like based off of the waveforms, I can go ahead and leave the T-Rex 5.1 on there. So I'm just going to start out with that.
To see your face every day that I awake and hold you close, knowing that I'll never have to let you go. To see your smile fills my heart with joy overflowing. In this moment I'm complete. I give you all of me. Words I only dream I'd hear now fill my eyes with sudden tears. All the words never said, left unspoken, they perfectly describe the way that I feel here with you now. There's no place that I would rather be than here with you now. In this moment I'm complete. Whispering words through the silence, captured by the beauty found in your eyes. Melody sounding softly, a song we've heard 1,000 times. And here with you now, I found this one who's forever changed my life. May I touch your heart in the way that you touched mine.
Good job, man. That sounded amazing. So I feel like that the strings could have benefited from some reverb to sort of get them to feel like they were in a bigger space than what they were in. They were a little too dry for my liking. Also, I loved the lead vocal, but there was some kind of like an effect. I don't know if it was a delay or maybe a reverb that was off time a couple of times. The comments that have been made about like pitch and stuff like that, I don't pay as much attention, I guess, to pitch at all. Like that didn't sound pitchy to me in the least bit. And most of the time when I'm mixing a client or I get something from a client, unless it's like really bad, I don't even go in and fix it because I kind of like that element of the rawness. I like that element of it's not perfect. I think we can use Melodyne and, auto-tune and all these other vocal tuning plugins. I think we can use them to our own detriment sometimes and remove the emotion out of the song. And also just remove the singer from the song. I mean, that's not how that singer would have performed it in real life. So, apart from that, I mean, I think it sounded fine pitch-wise. But those effects that were kind of like trailing in up and behind the vocal when it needed to be something that was like helping it, I think that would have tremendously made that whole vocal line even fit better in there. And the strings were overpowering a bit sometimes, and that's where I think that reverb would have helped it to sort of those strings to nestle into the background a little bit better. It also would have given them a trail whenever you stopped to where they would have kind of trailed off naturally instead of just abruptly stopping. And there was that one point in the song where I felt like they needed to abruptly stop, and it sounded natural at that point, but there were other points when they stopped, it sounded like you had just taken your fingers off of the keyboard keys, is how those of us who produce music would have heard that. But apart from that, the song itself, in and of itself, is good. The lucky young lady that you wrote this for, I'm sure, when she listens to this, is going to fall even more madly in love with you than she already is. So with that being said, John Fogerty, is that John Fogerty? I jest. He has written a song called Clouds, and this is his, the little bit that he shared about this. He says, nation, maybe he means novation. Maybe he means nation. I'm not sure. Cakewalk, Easy Drummer, Waves plugins, and Ozone mastering. Okay. Very cool. Let's give Clouds a listen. Inconsistencies in the song that I feel like if they were addressed, this song would have been taken to the next level. There were some times when I feel like the balance maybe wasn't done properly. The songwriting, yes, Midnight Blue music, the songwriting was fabulous. And the lyrical content, the accompanying instrumentation, and the arrangement was beautiful. I think it was really just a volume balance thing, and something very, very nice. And I said nice because Herbert Thames popped up nice. Something very easy to do, just real quickly. And a lot of the times that I hear this, I think it's just based off of listening environments, or it could very well be not using the proper set of headphones or monitors to get those initial rough mixes or those balances. But good job, man. Love the song. It was awesome. As usual, you guys are making this incredibly hard on me to pick winners. Up next, we have Hard on Fishing's Before I Die. And he says, my name is Brett Harrington. After losing my father, I began to think about his life and his death, which made me think about my life and eventual death. I came up with a song at work one night, all in my head, lyrics, riff, chord progression, the whole thing. Only a few of my closest friends have heard this. I'm a bit nervous about entering, but hey, I can add this to the list of things that I did before I die. I did the drums with a mixture of MT Power Drummer and Easy Drummer. I did the guitars and bass with my Boss GX100. Sweet. Recorded with Cakewalk and ran it through the BandLab mastering program. Awesome. Well, I can tell you right now, Hard on Fishing, you are in good hands. And I guarantee you that you're going to get a lot of good feedback from this. And thank you so much for sharing this with us here on the community. So let's go ahead and give this track a listen. Sounds like a great, great backstory. Wow. That's not what I was expecting.
I've been looking back on the past. The thing I don't know about life is that it just don't last. I've been running, I can't see the grass. I've been chasing down time, but time is just too fast. I wanna see what there is to see. I'm gonna find what there is to find. There's things I've gotta do before I die.
I like it. Nice.
I've got demons, I need exercise. There's no point moving on as long as they're living inside. I've got questions, I need the answers to. When I leave it all behind, I wanna say that that's something I do. I wanna see what there is to see. I'm gonna find what there is to find. There's things I've gotta do before I die.
Wow.
I'll be letting go of any guilt or shame. I'm gonna do what I need to do to clear my name. I'll try to make amends wherever I can. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get back with the man. I wanna see what there is to see. I'm gonna find what there is to find. There's things I've gotta do before I die. I wanna see what there is to see. I'm gonna find what there is to find. There's things I've gotta do before I die. There's things I've gotta do before I die. There's things I've gotta do before I die. There's things I've gotta do before I die.
Absolutely amazing. Awesome first time submission. If that's your first submission that you're making, I'm really impressed to see what's coming up in the pipeline in the near future. Great song. Not really a lot that I would have changed about that, other than maybe just the guitar tone itself. I think could have been just a tad bit brighter. But man, and that's a good point too. Crackly Software just brought up. I think I would have liked to have heard the kick a little more. But everything else, man, was wow. Wow. Great job. Just great job. We are going to go ahead and end it here today on song number 7. We have 13 songs in total, so we'll have 6 songs we'll pick it up with later. But man, to all of those who submitted today, and you guys had some awesome songs. Kudos to you all. And it's going to make it hard to pick a winner whenever we get to that point. So the next live stream will more than likely be picking up these other 6 songs. And we might even have, we might have it before or after, maybe possibly another live stream. I got some things I'm kind of cooking up over here. I would say, though, if you have not liked the stream yet, please hop on over and hit that like button, as we do have 20 concurrent viewers, 22 now, and 17 likes. This just helps. It's a free way to help the algorithm to see that what we're doing over here actually matters, that people are getting value out of it. I would greatly appreciate that. A WWE pay-per-view. Yeah, definitely. And it's good to see all of you on here today, by the way. And I would be remiss if I did not bring up the fact that, not sure if he's still in the chat here, but Mob the Gamer has joined us again. It's been a long time since he's been on some of these streams. He's had some health complications. We've been praying for him. So good to see that he's on here. Of course, all of you, it's good to see all of you. But when one of us here within the community is going through health complications or battling something with their health, it's always good to see them come back swinging, so to speak. And it's good to see him pop in the chat today. So before we go, there is one more thing that we got to do, and you know what it is. It's time to spin the wheel of awesomeness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And the wheel of awesomeness is all jacked up. What's going on with the wheel? I'm not even sure right now. What's going on with this wheel? Let's see if I can fix this here. Okay. Let's try this. Nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work either. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗀 has broken the wheel of awesomeness in an attempt to get out of doing his mundane job here at the office. Wait, what is that? Since when does the wheel have this little thing down here at the bottom? That's weird. Okay, so it looks like the wheel is going to have to be like a half wheel now, until I can get that figured out. That's weird. The in-your-face wheel. Right on. Yeah, it's definitely up in some faces. That's crazy. Oop. Pardon me while I try to fix this here. Let's see. I'm going to try to put this blur where it needs to be here. And it keeps wanting me to move that instead. Okay, I'm going to lock the wheel. And then hopefully I can... Oh, that's why. Okay, this might actually turn out to be kind of cool. Give it a little bit of a different effect here. I might kind of dig this. All right, well, anyway, let's spin the wheel of awesomeness. Yes, and we're spinning. Wherever the wheel lands, that's what we'll do. Pardon me while I fix this wheel. The trivia. So, ladies and gentlemen, what kind of trivia can we cook up today in our infinitesimal minds as I try to say a word that I'm unable to say? Let's see here. Well, first and foremost, let me come back over here real quick. And I'm going to... This has nothing to do with the wheel. It just has everything to do with making sure that I'm staying on top of the list. Okay. Oh, I got something here. Okay. Okay, so for the trivia, who can name me Tina Turner's real name? That's right. Tina Turner was born November 26th of 1939 in Brownsville, Tennessee, but her birth name was not Tina Turner. Does anyone know what Tina Turner's real name was. Question of the day, trivia, even if you will. Awesome. While we are waiting for those answers to roll in, let's give a quick shout out to, if it even works, these individuals. Good night. That's in your face too. What's going on with these things? Like everything is jacked up. Okay. Let's see here. The crazy thing is too, like right before I came on the stream today, there was already another update to OBS. So who knows what that's going to do if these are already doing this. Yeah, everything is like bold and in your face right now. Which is fine, I guess. Okay, and then okay, so yeah, big shout out and thanks to these individuals who have recently subscribed to the channel. You guys rock. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely been some kind of something that's happened here. Anime Bullock. Yes, that is correct. Anna, correct. Yes, you guys are awesome. Little Anne in 1960. Ooh, that's interesting. So yeah, little known fact about Tina Turner today. So, which by the way, our condolences go out to the Turner family. I guess it would be the Bullock family. Due to the fact that he has recently passed away. So, yeah, our prayers and thoughts are with the family. Thank you all so much for hopping on today. And we ask that you would just continue to be awesome. How can you do that, you say? By subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, making sure that you're sharing these videos, and sharing your knowledge with other individuals. Because we can dream alone. Yes, we can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. Until the next live stream, I'll catch you all on the flip side. I love each and every one of you. God bless. Bye-bye.